What is going on, fellas? And welcome back to Hertha Hero with me, FoggyPlays, on the FM22 beta. Today we're playing the POKAL final against Leipzig, and form hasn't been great for either side. We've been struggling, Leipzig have been struggling, so it should be an interesting final. We managed to finish 5th in the league, which was disappointing, but as I said, terrible run of form towards the end of the season. Lots of injuries, not ideal. But if you do want to enjoy this episode, do make sure to leave a like and subscribe, because YouTube loves when you do all those things. Now let's get into the video. So for the POKAL final, obviously we're playing in the Olympiastadion, which is our stadium, and we're the home team for it. So it's poetic, if you will. As I said, 5th in the league. We were quite disappointing towards the end of the season. Form kind of fell apart. We lost to Augsburg, which was not ideal. We then had a very boring game against Wolfsburg in the semi-final, which we just about managed to win. Not a huge amount of highlights. Then against Stuttgart, again, not a great game. Managed to come away with the win, which was nice. Then we played RB Bielefeld, and it was just, we scored, they scored straight away, and there wasn't too much else happened. Lots of players played poorly, and then against Mainz, relegated Mainz, took the lead against us. We just weren't, it didn't work for us. We just weren't great. Quite unfortunate. Then against Borussia Dortmund, we had lots of injuries. So I played a different formation, and they absolutely dominated us for the first half, essentially. And then the second half, we changed formation, massive changes to the tactic. We actually looked like we could play football, but unfortunately, we just could not find the back of the net. As you can see, Melida played a 6.3, Piatek played a 6.3, and who else? Oh, because they started as our strikers, because we played a 4-2-4, which didn't really work. Then we brought on Jovetic, and he actually looked pretty decent. But Turnriga scored in the 93rd minute, which is pretty much the last kick of the game. And yeah, unfortunately, couldn't do the business, but Bayern Munich did manage to win the league regardless. I think they won it with a game to spare anyway. So we know what we're aiming for next season, you know, at least 70 points. But yeah, it's not been fantastic. The players aren't overly impressed with me as a human. Still not influencing quite a number of players. 3 players don't like me. Arizo just has not liked me since the day he I think he regrets probably joining us. Eklenkamp and Papetti do like me, which is fantastic. Piatek thankfully doesn't hate me anymore. Stark and Dorita also no longer dislike me, which is fantastic. Plattenhardt is a team leader as well, so everything's looking better. But now that we've spent enough time looking, actually finance wise, we have 45, it was a little bit more than 45. We've already signed a player since we got our transfer budget. It was 50 something million, 54 million or something. Wage budget 1.1 million, so it's pretty good. And we have just shy of 74 million in the bank, so things are going well. We did get 57 million for finishing 5th. It's keeps telling me about Boyata. Boyata plays for Udinese now, not for us. So don't know why it's telling me about that. But this is how we're lining up for today's game. We do have a slight change in tactic. Our 3 strikers just aren't really doing anything. So we're going to go with 2 up front and an attacking midfielder. See if Jovetic can do something from there. If he can't, then Eklenkamp, who's in. Actually, what we're going to do. Arizo's not going to start the game. Jovetic is. Eklenkamp is going to start as a shadow striker. Says he can be a playmaker. Can he? 12, 14. Not the best, shall we say. But we do have mostly full strength. Can't really say there's anyone in the team. It's just a lot of our players just aren't playing well. Suat Sadar, Tusart, Eklenkamp, Jovetic, Piatek. Arizo's not playing well. Malida is not playing well. Yes, Bremski is not playing well. Like, it's just a lot of players that just have lost form at the wrong time. Plattenhard and Derde are playing quite well, and Sholov is actually playing pretty decently of late. So we're starting with Sholov in goal, Stark, Ellers, and Derde as our back three. Sifluk and Plattenhard as our wingbacks, with Suat Sadar and Tusart in central midfield, with Ekkelenkamp supporting Jovetic and Piatek up front. One of our coaches has decided he's going to retire, which I'm quite happy about because he is not a good coach. He's got fours for a lot of things. One thing I will say is there's no longer man management. I only noticed that when I was looking at his attributes when he came up to me and said he was retiring. Now it says person management. So if you go to staff and you go just pick my head of youth development, people management, not man management anymore. Just I didn't realize that. I'd never seen it. I didn't think to look. But yeah, it's just interesting change. Yeah. Hopefully we can improve. We've not been great recently. So we're taking on Leipzig, who have a pretty good team. They, like I said, they did have a little bit of poor form of late. Then again, everyone has been a little bit. But the two of us, we've really kind of struggled to influence matches. Just been struggling for form. I'm not 100% sure why. Maybe Leipzig are Leipzig still in the Europa League? That's where we're going to be playing next year. We're in the Europa League next year. So that's something, I guess. At least we're going to have Europe for next season. They're not overly happy with me. And I did say I eased expectations on the players. They weren't overly impressed with that. So I don't think we were, like, if I'd said, oh, we're going to win this game, they would probably have been pissed. So not 100% sure what they wanted me to say. That was far too easy. Just putting that out there. That set piece, the throw-in, just left Poulsen so open. We are going to demand more. Plattenhard finds Tusart. Back to Plattenhard. Derde. Plattenhard did sign a new contract, but has piqued the interest. Oh, Piatek with a goal. Get in. Plattenhard has piqued the interest of Bayer Leverkusen again. So there's potential for him to leave, because we have made a few signings. We're definitely lacking in some positions, but our youth team, I think it was our under 19s, pretty sure it was under 19s, went and won they won the Youth Cup against Bayer Leverkusen. So hopefully we can, follow them and do the same. To be fair, our form has just not been great, so I'm slightly weary coming into this game. Regardless, that was Stark was never going to score that, where he was standing when when he headed it. Oh, Willie Orban is so far forward, and Yusuf Poulsen just slots it past us again. Not ideal. To be fair, Derde looks like he's having a bit of a poor game, as is Ekkelenkamp. But then again, it's Ekkelenkamp. He's young. Plattenhard finds Ellers with the header. We're not aiming at Ellers. We've never been aiming at Ellers. Yet he somehow manages to be the one that comes and scores a decent number. To be fair, that was a cheeky little run in from the centre of the box. So we're going in at halftime, 2-2. That's fine. I kind of hope we don't have to go to penalties. I'm going to pump our fists, go out there and win it for the fans. Again, something that players don't seem to care about is the fans. I'm going to make a change to Martin's position. Martin Derde. Just have him play just a little bit deeper. Play him as a defend instruction rather than playing him as the support, because he doesn't seem to be getting the best of anything. We're going to just... Ekkelenkamp not really doing an awful lot as a shadow striker, apart from just playing poorly. So we're going to bring him back to be just an advanced playmaker. Just see if he can make plays. quite a nice tackle by one of our defenders. I didn't see who it was, but we've managed to clear the danger, sort of, and then Yusuf Poulsen puts the ball in the back of the net yet again. Okay, another corner. Plattenhard, Derde, back of the net. We're doing well from corners, so I'll take that. I'll take that. I feel like this is going to go to penalties. I can feel it in my bones. Sholov is having an absolute mare of a game. To be fair, he's not really doing a massive amount. It's really just been terrible. Our defending has not been great from their set pieces. Jovetic hacked down by Angelino. Surely that's a sending off. Surely. No? Okay. Lamer has had 2 assists so far in this game. Poulsen has a cheeky little hat-trick, but Willie Orban also has an assist. It's interesting when a centre-back gets an assist who's not really a ball-playing defender. Like if you look at his attributes, he is not one that you would imagine would be making plays, but he seems to be doing decently well. Alright. 73 minutes in. Going to move Jovetic back to be the attacking midfielder. And we're going to play him just as an attacking midfielder. Ekkelenkamp is going to come off for Arizo. I would bring on Melida, but he is slightly injured. Tousart is having a poor game, so bring on Derde. No, Derrida. I always get those two mixed up, and I'm not 100% sure why. They're 2 totally different people. One is Hungarian German, one is Czech. We're going to chuck a bit of demand more. I was going to say encouragement, but encouragement doesn't seem to be as good this year as it was last year. Shvalov, under absolutely no pressure, punches the ball. Could have easily caught that ball. He's fixing his socks then, as if like, oh, no, it was my socks. My socks were what caused that. Shvalov. Shvalov's playing at 5.9. We don't have a right back on the bench because Agu is injured, so 5.9 Gittins gets to come off the bench. Delightful. We don't have any central midfielders on the bench. No. Yeah, okay. You can play through the centre. Arizo. Jovetic can be a complete forward. Just I'm taking Sholov off. He's just okay. We're just going to play Christensen as a goalkeeper. Just a goalkeeper. Just be a goalkeeper. Keep goal. Make sure nobody puts the ball past you. Okay? That's all you have to do, my friend. They've a corner. Derde heads clear. Absolutely nobody around him. Could have taken that down, but I suppose you don't want to just in case you make a mistake. And Jeremy Boga puts the ball in the back of the net, and it is 5-3. So we are going to not win the POKAL this year. Quite unfortunate. It's going to go to penalties. Not quite. Okay. Sweatstar, not having a great game. To bring on Jacek. Why not? I'll put you in midfield. Winger attack. Yeah, you can be winger support. And wide centre back on attack. 5 minutes to score 2 goals. Just going to say it now. Probably not going to happen. I can't believe Sholov had such a poor game. Okay, we tried. Played the POKAL. Didn't work out for us. We ended up beating 5-3. It was a close game. This point you didn't win the trophy. Abysmal. Ellers and Plattenhard had good games. I'm happy with your performances. Ekkelenkamp weren't at your best. Yeah. Just going to send the assistant to that. I don't really want to be dealing with it. Oh, I can't believe Poulsen scored a hat-trick against us. Okay, pulled groin. Fair enough. Had to come off. We were given 2.4 million. So that's helped, I guess. Dynamics probably not going to be great yet. It's getting better. We're getting there. Slowly but surely, we're getting there. We do have some transfers in the offing that hopefully will help. There are some players I'm looking to get probably shipped out. Like, who do I want to get rid of? Well, Escobar's leaving, so that's fine. He's off to Borussia Mönchengladbach. Dorida is a player that I wouldn't necessarily be opposed to sending away because he's not been great this year. Might sell Bremski if a good offer comes in from, like, if an offer worthy comes in. Jovetic, I'm not sure if I'm going to be keeping him. And if someone comes in for Piatek, I'll probably get rid of him too. So that's how it is. We do have a bunch of players in our under 19s that are out on loan that are going to be coming back and definitely going to be playing for next season. But yeah, that's quite unfortunate that we lose to Leipzig. Could have been something amazing. Could have won. But yeah, we didn't. Unfortunate. Would have been our first POKAL as well. Yeah. Unfortunate. But that's fine. Whatever. We'll get over it. We just need to finish better next season. We just need to be consistent all of next year. 10 defeats this year. Far too many. At least we're not Union Berlin having to play in a relegation playoff, who, to be fair, won all against Nuremberg. Schalke did manage to get themselves promoted with Hamburg, so two of the teams that you'd expect to be in the Bundesliga are back next season. Werder Bremen struggling down there in 10th. Paderborn, team I managed briefly in FM21, 13th. So we'll have to wait and see what happens with all of this next year. Actually, I'm curious. Did Leipzig have a Europa League game? No. Got knocked out by Liverpool. Okay. So, and actually had a decent run to the end of the season. Okay. So, I remember them losing a couple of games. I must have been imagining it. So, if you have enjoyed this episode, the next one is going to be us looking at the end of season review and the transfers that we have done. And to be fair, we've done many transfers. So if you have enjoyed this episode, do make sure to leave a like, comment, subscribe, share with all of your friends, and I will see you in the next one.